Morning everyone, hello from Crosby Beach, which is in Merseyside in England. I was just walking on the beach this morning and I've just been reflecting on a session that I did yesterday with a client. The session very much centered around being heard. This particular client was really pissed off that in many of his relationships people interrupt him and he just doesn't feel heard and he shuts down. On the flip side of that, this same client also observed in himself that he also interrupted people. He didn't mean to do it, but unconsciously he felt like he interrupted people a lot. And I see this a lot. We see it a lot in the men's work that we do in our retreats. And it goes back to childhood. It goes back to the family unit, or even in infant school and preschool, where the child was interrupted. The child had a voice, the child wanted to express, and maybe the family was too busy, or maybe the teacher was too disciplined, and the child would often have been interrupted, or in this man's case, he felt like his boundaries were invaded. He felt like he was dominated a lot in conversation. And as a result, we shut down. And like I said, on the flip side, because that's modeled to us and that's our interpretation of what it is to listen to others, we do the same. We just repeat patterns. It's evident a lot in the retreats. And what we see in the retreats that we do, for many men, it's such a shift, and it's actually life-changing for them to speak for maybe the first time in their life, yes, the first time in their life, and see 13 other men listening with intention, listening with empathy and love, observing, and more importantly, not interrupting, not judging, just listening with presence. So in our retreats, we place a lot of emphasis on consciously listening, and we have guidelines and we have rules, the stuff we should have been taught as kids, but we're not, so we have to relearn it. So I have a challenge for you today, and my challenge is, can you listen to someone today without interrupting them, without your own agenda, without wanting to mind read them and know what they're going to say next? Can you listen to them with full presence? Why? Because it might just save and change someone's life.